Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review INXS's 1993 album Full Moon Dirty Hearts, specifically with the comment there. It's alright, but it's not one of their better albums in my opinion. They definitely have most of their music I would say is better than this album. This is the track listing, and these are the tracks I added to my playlist. 5 out of 12, just under half. This album has some decent songs on it, but most of the songs here are really not that interesting. It flows alright, but with so few interesting albums, the album as a whole kind of falls a bit flat. Fortunately, the good songs are scattered around the album, so overall the album still flows pretty well as an album, but it's still not great when like every other song or so is kind of not good. The good ones also are, they're good, but they're not anything really great. So it's not like every other song is really good. It's like you listen to two songs that are okay, and then one that's good, and then one that's okay, and then one that's pretty good, and then one that's not great, and then you kind of just go through it, and it's by the end it's okay, but nothing special. There's only one single release before the album, The Gift, track number 2, but my favorite song here is probably Make Your Peace. It calls back to an earlier, more interesting 80s INXS sound. It's pretty rock. The other rock songs on this album are more, what's the word? Boring. They're not particularly interesting. Make Your Peace is definitely an exception to that, though. Definitely a standout track from this album. Now, I rank this album 9th out of all of INXS's albums, 3rd from the bottom. This is basically the best bad album they made. And I say bad, but it's alright. This is the best album that was not just good. Every album of this one is at least solidly good, worth listening to. So Full Moon Dirty Hearts is basically the album that is part of the category of albums that aren't as good, but this one came together the best out of the three. Full Moon Dirty Hearts, Elegantly Wasted, and Welcome to Wherever You are not great, and Full Moon Dirty Hearts is probably the best out of the three. It doesn't take my top spot from 1993. That goes to Billy Joel's River of Dreams, which is a really great album, and definitely better than this one. So, yeah, that album definitely deserves checking out. This one, not so much. Next up is Guns N' Roses' 1993 cover album, The Spaghetti Incident, specifically with the quotes and the question mark, which is kind of annoying. But this is a cover album, and I usually don't like cover albums, but I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. I've liked some of Guns N' Roses covers on their other songs, but I really feel like covers should go as part of an album and not be a whole album on their own. It kind of diminishes the value of them, in my opinion. So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.